Welcome to Sri and Kira Live. As our world spins seemingly out of control, we are all experiencing time speeding up, chaos shifting to a new level, and a yearning to know the greater mysteries of the universe. What does it all mean? Visionary spiritual teachers and best-selling authors Sri Ram Ka and Kira Ra explore these mysteries, offer live soul readings, and invite you to open up your mind, body, and spirit to the paradigms that are shifting. Bringing you fresh perspectives and timeless wisdom, here are Sri and Kira.
Namaste, beloved ones, and welcome to Sri and Kira Live. I am Wisdom Teacher Sri Ram Ka.
And I am Master Lady Kira Ra, and beloved angels, I know you feel it. This week that just completed, just give yourself a moment and breathe back into last Sunday when we were together. Look at this past week. We are literally building the temple of the now. And it begins with understanding the matrix that's weaving together, everything that's coming together this week, the way this energy is converging. This is such a huge show. It is such a huge week. And of course, our new 1 hour formats, you're going to want to call in early. Sri, what are those numbers?
All right, you can ring us at 888-627-6008. That's 888-627-6008 or 517-208-1500. Either way, you'll get in the queue, and it could be the day we talk to you.
Oh, you know, it always is the right day, isn't it? And the blessing is that, remember, you do get to listen to the show while you're on hold. And if you have a ascension symptom question for Sri Ram Ka, or a question about something going on in your life you'd like us to offer you a perspective on, make sure you tell our producer and or press *5 so that we know you have that question. So Sri, I'm really wondering, should we give people a full view here?
Absolutely.
All right, let's give you the full view. So for those of you that are watching, I trust that what you're gazing at here may be a little difficult to understand. I'm not sure, it was in our e-card, but this is, if you go back to last week, this is that ignited eye. You see that energy in there? However, this is because we're entering into all this multidimensional space that started with the shield of Zodkiel. We have, as I'm standing here, this is about that ignition within the chalice of the weaving of the temple of you. How is your temple coming together? What is the seed that is blooming right now? And Sri, I know you want to jump in, so I'll let you jump in.
Well, I'll tell you, every one of us has been receiving the blessing of this magnificent energy that has started just a couple of weeks ago, a whole new crescendo, a whole new amplitude.
Right.
And this violet ray energy has launched us into the opportunity to command our crystalline matrix, the very nature underpinning your DNA, to command that which is meant to be in highest harmony with all. Now consider for a moment, I chose those words carefully. It's not we're going to command a new ice cream cone. We're commanding.
Although that would be fun, right?
You know, we are, as spiritually awake beings, seeking ever refining harmony, ever refining balance, and ever refining expansion of love and consciousness on our planet. Why? Because that is the natural unfoldment that brings great joy and peace and love to all beings.
You know, I got to smile at that, right? I mean, that's the Cheshire Cat grin. You know, I use that a lot. Let's as they say, let's get cozy and chat about this, right? So one of the things to remember as we are in this Cheshire Cat grin moment together is in this moment, as I'm trying to get into my chair, forgive me guys, it got a little funky today. I don't know what happened with my, there we are. All right. Let's see if I can get back into focus with all of you.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, Sri, look what I just did to all of us. So have you guys been noticing lately, it's been virtually every show. I've also noticed in all of my Skypes that I've been, Zoom appointments,
trigger it.
that it seems that when I get too close, let's see.
I got another way to deal with this.
Okay. Well, you know what? I love this. Let's just all enjoy this, right? Oh, there we are. Sometimes it just takes a new perspective. And I love the symbolism as that as well. So as we are building our temple in this matrix of now, what's important to pay attention is that through this ignition, and you just started mentioning it, Shri.
Yeah.
Through this violet ray ignition, what has happened is that we have come into a moment of acute awareness. And here's what I'm finding so fascinating about this. The gateway is trust. You can be talking the talk all you want. You can think you're doing the work. But at the end of the day, it's about trust. And I do want to share, Shri and I have had such an extraordinary week this past week, as I know you all have had here too. And I have to share that it is humbling the massive amount of rapid up level that is happening here at not only Toasted Blue Mountain, but all those that are connecting with this energy in one way or another. It is the amplification of the amplification of the amplification. And if we address that from our multidimensional wholeness, from that presence, then the trust doesn't even come in, right? What happens is that you've transcended even the need for that because you're already in the go phase. Yeah. Everything is open. Nothing is assumed because everything is seen and demonstrated. That is, it goes beyond naked authenticity. It's like this raw authenticity that is coming together with all of these other collective awakened masters saying, you know what, we do remember, and this time we are doing something about it. It's really exciting.
It is. And the fundamental piece here, when Kira mentions trust, is to recognize that the deeper energy, the deeper meaning, the deeper knowing of trust is to have unconditional confidence in your divine nature.
Yeah.
To have unconditional confidence or trust in the divine. So often in human terms, we think of trust as, oh, I'm trusting in an institution or a person, or I'm trusting that you're going to meet my needs, or you have to prove your trustworthiness. Right. That's a whole different social level of being.
Well, that's also coming from victim consciousness.
It's coming from lack and separation.
Exactly,
for sure.
Right.
So true divine trust, true trust is an expression of your mastery saying, I trust the divine, expressing through me, as me, and in this co-created experience.
In all ways. I mean, that really is it, isn't it?
And when we lean into really that, everything starts lining up.
Yeah. Well, and when that alignment comes forward, as that alignment has come forward, we are now post the up level. Shri, I want to show the April up level calendar. Let's get that up. And for those of you that are on us via audio, let me explain what you're looking at if you're looking at it with your ears. So what we are staring at is the April 2021 calendar that, of course, the first thing we notice is the chalice. And that this is the ignited chalice of the divine feminine. You notice that this month very much has this feminine overlay. This is a month where the divine feminine, you notice the lotus in the background, holding the highest no matter what, that backbone of Saturdays, that's holding that presence, that's inviting this chalice to finally lift. And where we are this week is where it's all coming together. What are you doing? What have you been manifesting? What are these seeds actually coming? What are they growing? This is the week. You see this week? This is the week of the steady momentum. This is the week where everything, you just keep going. You just keep going. And what's so beautiful is that because you have transcended the need to be proven through trust, the just keep going keeps getting even more amazing. And this is going to come in wild and wonderful ways. And you notice it's coming in at the creation center. It's coming in at our second chakra. And all of this is building up to our final full moon, which is going to be next Tuesday on Soul Mirrors, the 27th, the following week. So this week is all about what? It's this flow, 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 flow. And as we put out in the e-card today, what have you sown? Go back as of right now, and I strongly suggest, if you're catching us on Sunday, and we now rebroadcast this exact show at 9 p.m. Eastern every Sunday night as well, catch the show again and really take a moment and look in and say, okay, what have I sown? What am I weaving in the matrix of the temple that is arising around me? Because right now, each being, through conscious awareness, we are each rising the temple of our divine conscious awareness. And so when all of the temples rise together, they form the rainbow bridge. This is what I've been seeing. It's about all of us. I've been talking about this, if you've been with us on Monday Magic or any of other shows, this energy, which has been this torus field, this circular. Remember that as we are now heading into the closure of April, this is bringing us to what, guys? It's bringing us to that May 1 boom, right? And I think I've got that. Let me show that, because I know a couple people, the last time I did that, there it is. Let me share with you what I was just saying, because a few people were like, what is this boom, Kira, right? And so what is happening is that May, we see the May there? So you have January and March on the left. This is as if you're peeking your head inside of an active, huge torus that is the circular gateway of our experience of time. For the first time ever, we're experiencing it this way because we've arrived here. And so for many, it's kind of scary because this is all about balance, that which is out of balance, coming back into balance, masculine and feminine, north, south, east, west, it matters not. It's all about the harmonic frequency of balance. And so when you look at January and it circles through to February where it hit that eye and ignited the shield has been rising since March, really March 1, if you wanted to put it in linear time frame, all the way through March, spiraling all the way to April, where we're now on our way up. And it's this full moon of the 27th that's going to take us there. And so notice what you're noticing and how you're feeling, because I want to close this by showing you how that's been affecting you, because look at what's happened. First and foremost, remember, this whole month, we are what? We are at the 12 o'clock hour. This entire month, it's still going to affect that May 1, what that May 1 ignition is going to look like, okay? So we've been at this 12 o'clock hour. However, we're the pendulum. We actually are suspended from the 12, swinging in our crystalline swing, getting a big view of everything. And that's what it's showing you in the dial, in the wheel. And on the right side, it's the star consciousness, right? We are carrying the whole month, whether you're aware of it or not, you are being inspired. So trust it, don't hold it, let it go. And here's what just happened. On the 14th, when we had the up level, all of that energy is sitting, look at that 7, look at that crown. This is more than just your crown chakra. This is your third eye, your star consciousness, your cosmic prime meridians, the physical brain, everything between those ears and above the eyes, right?
Well, yeah, and I tell you what, as we go into the energies that are before us, we have the star consciousness energy, and then the full moon amplifier coming up on the 27th, which is going to bring us back down into connecting.
Now, I want to show you guys something. So remember that, right? That's going to bring us to the 6. You see that, which is the perfect partner of the 12. It's like you're being lowered gently down into the 6 out of that 12 o'clock hour, as long as we accept the balance, right?
The balance is about accepting the new season in our life. It's the new time.
Right now, I want to also remember, we're going into the second chakra. When did I put out this calendar, right? When did I put out the up-level calendar? I'm just sharing this because I put it out long before I ever looked at the ascended numerology. But just if it freaked you out as much as I did, whoops, there it is again. Remember, This week is all about what? It's leading us into our second creation chakra. And there it is. What's this week all about?
Yeah.
Look at the chakra. There it is. And so there was no avoiding what's happening. Yeah. This is so, the universe is just saying, look, the faster you stop doubting, the faster you build your temple, the easier, the more abundant, and the more outrageously incredible your life, because you're activating in your multidimensional presence. This is the witness, witnessing the witnesser that is the witness again. We started teaching this in 2018. It's time to give yourself the gift of going, you know what? I am aware of me, aware of me. And that does not make me crazy. Perhaps that makes me the most sane I've ever been.
When we begin to touch the true ascended consciousness, it has an impersonal quality of the noticer. And you're noticing that you, the part of you that you're identified with, is noticing something else. It becomes the noticer of the noticing, of the one that you identified with. And that therein is the key and the limit. When we identify with a perspective, we're locking in at that level. And sometimes it's useful to engage at a level for whatever other motives. However, the capacity to take a breath, relax, widen the field of view, offers opportunities to come into higher harmony, which is what we opened with. Your crystalline temple is here to be celebrated. It's like Solomon's temple of gold. It's here. It's now. Are you willing to accept it?
So just breathe that in. And I want to give you some real life hard evidence of everything Shree's sharing, because how about you? Did you have times this week that just kind of blew your mind?
It's been a wild week.
It has been a wild week. And it has been a week where, once again, I know certainly Shree and I are being shown, think bigger, go broader, keep going. And so no matter what's going on, think bigger, go broader, keep going. So I want to share two things that happened on the same day that were pretty profound before it brings you to this morning and us being with you today. So we're going to share that as a trinity, because that is one of the things that's happening right now. It's all about the trinities. The first thing was that I had the blessing of being on a phone call with some people that blew my mind. I mean, literally blew my mind. And during that call, for the first time ever, I literally was consciously aware that I was having a seventh dimensional conversation with another one of these beings in the call that I was literally being introduced to for the very first time. And I was consciously aware that they were consciously aware of it as well. And it was such a complete conversation that we actually blew up the connection. The other people on the call were all concerned. And when that being came back, they were still crying, as was I. Because this is the moment where we have reached the moment where we are going to start having our active telepathic frequencies restored so that we can efficiently and effectively, we can gather like this, millions of us right now in a system that literally is, quote, foolproof, because it cannot be accessed without conscious awareness. And that level, to sustain that level of conscious awareness, means it sincerely needs to be of a pure heart. So this is why you may be able to touch in, but you'll never be able to hang out unless you're able to fully sustain that. And I want to say again that when we look at this kind of second chakra, this creation, yet that creation is coming from this overarching star consciousness that's not going away till May, and then has come in through our vision. What I'm seeing right now, Shree, is that what we're birthing is the birth of the expanded conscious awareness. It is that moment where we are stepping up, where we are saying yes.
Well, remember, there's a strata, a parallel world going on.
Many.
There are many, but the big one is mass consciousness, density. And to density, the idea of the second chakra and the creation is about, whatever my next desire is, what I want to put in the future. When star consciousness comes in as an active principle of your experience, meaning I reside there, I engage the world there. Well, now what we're seeing is of a higher order of love and presence. When we take a higher order of love and presence and bring that down into the cradle, the crucible of creation for form, which is the second chakra, now what we're creating is it's a quantum leap more refined than what density would think of as manifestation. This is the difference between the law of attraction and the law of instantaneous manifestation. The law of attraction are basically training wheels for deploying energy and focus. The law of instantaneous manifestation is a truth that is in alignment with your I am presence. And as we align with that, we manifest that which is required for the continued expansion of that harmony. And it happens. The synchronicities just happen.
And they're so amazing. And they show up in the most extraordinary ways. They really, really do. And, Sri, I was breathing in and feeling into that. And as we're moving into this moment right now, it's even taking my breath away. I want to share with you what happened. Because, as I mentioned, it began with this call. That was number one. So remember, it's a trinity. And it's all happened on the same day. And then number two was I had the blessing of offering a session to a client that was here in our healing room. And as I was coming out and I was coming up, we have a spiral stairwell that's one way into our apartment here. I wasn't even at the top. I got to the top. I got to the steps where I could actually see, it's a spiral. So I'm like, so I can see the patio. And I saw right underneath our patio table a dead bird, and I had to stop because it was so hard for me to witness it, especially in that moment. And all I knew was then Jeanette came up and she offered to take care of the bird when she said, Kara, this bird is perfect. And I immediately heard Shri. Because what this is, and we're going to show you, do we have pictures that we can show them?
Yeah, I do.
All right, let's share with you. So this turns out to be, those of you that have been here, one of our very, very rare woodpeckers. Is there any way to flip that upside down?
I can't.
No,
right
okay.
Now.
So that is, look at that beautiful bird. And as you will see, the emanation of life. This bird, even when we were working with it, this bird, and it's roughly the same size as Chelita.
Yeah, it is. This is a large bird.
Very large, and we don't know if it's the same ones, but when Shri and I purchased this home, do we have more to show them?
I have the other side.
Okay, so look at this, look at the red, look at this beautiful bird. And when we purchased this home, before we even moved here, we got video of these woodpeckers that come here every year. We know the tree they live in, they nest here, and we're still unaware. And it was really a hard thing to deal with at first. And then as we called ourselves in and we were going to take it up and Shri was working with the bird, we started noticing, you want to show them another photo? So look at this one. Check this out, guys. Look at the other side. It's 100% gold. And it was, look at the phoenix. As we were revealing it, as we were all standing together and the sky started doing some incredible things above the pyramid where we were standing, not only did the bird come to life and reveal all of this beautiful gold, but we knew that this was indeed that phoenix rising, that it was the first of many signs that were coming forward. And all of this was happening on that same day. And Shri, do we have the final one to show them? The one that you had at the,
I
okay.
don't have that here.
All right. But we do, can we show them that one? The sky right there?
Yeah, hang on a
All right.
second.
So we're going to show you the sky if we can. And the reason we're sharing all of this with you is this is a very rare thing, so rare that when Shri and I did ascend the mountain the next day, or that day, and we have gone up since then. What we're aware of, and yeah, here was the sky. Do you see it? Is
So
that
right above us as we were
mind-blowing?
looking at the bird.
This was just after we finished doing the ceremony and actually got the message that we were to wait 3 days and we would know what to do with the bird. And we have been given that guidance, and we're not going to share anything else other than we will share with you after that guidance and that instruction has been followed out. But we do now know, but do you see, there's so much there. There's so much. I mean, I'm sure you're all seeing everything that's in the sky. And so, Shri, thank you for sharing. And all of this has been building, right? All this has been building to today. And it leads us to what happened this morning.
Well, we have some photos of that as well.
Yeah.
And they're hiding over here. I got to drag them in.
Okay. So let me share while Shri's bringing those photos up that this morning there are areas, there are trails that have incredible things on them that we have yet to reveal to the public, that only Shri and I walk. We've never revealed them to anyone. And this morning we were, Shri, you were the one who was really championing going up into what I call like
the hidden forest.
The fifth, literally, it's like walking into the invisible world up there. Yeah.
So we're going to start with a picture of the trail.
And we're not going to, what we're going to do is we're going to show you some pictures, but we will not tell you where this is on our mountain. But we will show you because we are so excited about the energy that's happening here since the whole Dragon's Lair opening. So here we are. We want to bring you up to speed. Wow, I already feel that. So I hope you feel that as much as we do. Do you want to explain what they're looking at, Shri?
So the pine needles there on the left of the screen, that's the trail. You can see that no one's walking this trail. It's very natural.
Very much a quote-unquote hidden trail.
And what we have learned here at our mountain is anywhere the cactus grow, it's a sign of a big rock, which is a heat generator. And so you can see the cactus here in the center and this giant rock behind. Now, and a beautiful pine tree in front.
Yeah.
What's happening is there's an energy emanation.
And I want to show you right here. I hope you can see our mouse, but if not, you see the cactus in the middle. Well, if you follow the mouse, that's actually, this was an old ceremonial site. There's this huge platform. What you're seeing is at the angle we took it, this is the trail. It actually goes down right here. It goes down. So this is already, and there's another big rock coming up. So let's keep showing you, but I hope you're feeling it because this is part of the opening. This is part of that expansion. And we were very clearly called to reveal this energy. We're not going to reveal where on the mountain it is yet, but we are also going to be clearing. Here we are. This is taken from the other side where you can see right there in your left corner, that is the second big rock. And you can see over in the right corner, that's where we were. And you can see the ancient wall there even where that ceremonial area was.
It's kind of fun. It looks like this big rock is a giant skull with the hair coming down, and right in front
there it is. That's the opening.
There is a portal between these two big rocks.
And do we have a picture of you there to show them perspective by any chance?
Let's
there we are. That gives you an idea of how big this is, and that is Shri already up from the trail, standing in the portal area. And I really hesitate to offer you the straight on shots of the portal emanation because I'm actually dizzy again connecting. But this happened this morning. We have been on this trail many times and we have never been called to this. And today it was so profound that we will be clearing this very, very shortly because we have been called to potentially personally move there. And here we go. This is, wow.
You might get the feeling
You might get the feeling here. If you look at those cactus on the right, then in the middle, you'll see there's a little hole there down near the bottom. Start there and then feel what's happening because that you're in that spot. We're gonna open up that area and go in, and we are visualizing potentially building a private home for ourselves there so that there's even more room for you here. And this is a close-up to one of the entry stones, and what I'm seeing, it's like the entry, this is like a huge formal entry into certainly a temple. And this is another reason why we want to share it with you today, because all of the temples are calling.
Yes.
Worldwide, universally, we are getting ready in May, and you saw on the spiral time. This isn't just May. It's going to start in May. Can we put up the spiral time again real quick? I just want to finish with this, and then we'll also bring some of you in because I see lots of questions waiting. Very next one. There
There
it
we
is.
go.
Yeah. So notice that when that April moment, when we follow April back into that eye, that open eye, which is our background today, right? What you see is that in May, immediately, we are in this. There's no time in May that we are not in this energy. And in early June, you see how there's just a hint of window on the right side between you. If you go to the word June, you see how there's the green, but then there's that hint of blue, and then there's the mauve. That's intentional. Whereas if you look over to May through July, there isn't. In June, the first week of June will be like a breathing moment after the intensity of May, but then it's going to come back and it's going to last all the way into July, and it's going to come back again in August, at the late August time. We'll get a reprieve. It's going to come in and out, in and out, in and out. This is like an accordion. And so imagine right now that the energy is an accordion, and that May accordion is, okay, the accordion is, here's the accordion. What notes are we playing? And are we starting on the in and expanding, or are we starting on the out and compressing? Every breath matters right now.
Yeah.
We are co-creating our future breath by breath by breath, and it's right now. So breathe that in. And that's why we're weaving our temple.
Well, and these forces that are at play are either going to be acting through the beings on the planet quite unconsciously, or you can work with these energies quite consciously. This is a choice. And the choice is only recognized when your level of consciousness reaches a place where there it is. You recognize it.
Right.
That which can be seen and understood can be commanded, can be worked with or harmonized with. Sometimes there are forces that you don't command, you simply harmonize with them.
Well, and that's, this is really that moment of harmonization, right? And I'm going to be talking, Sri and I will be talking a lot more about that in the next coming weeks on our shows. So before we go any further, I'm just seeing so many people waiting to say hello, Sri. And so why don't we bring them in?
All right. Well, let's see what we have here. People calling in.
All right.
I tell you what, why don't we go to BBS Radio?
All right.
And we're on line 2. We have Joy from California, first-time caller.
Hey, it looks like she has an ascension symptom question for you, Sri, as well as a soul reading request. Joy, welcome.
Hi. Thank
Hi.
you so much for taking my call.
Oh, our
and
pleasure.
thank you so much for doing what you do. It makes me feel less lonely, so I appreciate it.
Oh, well, we appreciate you
Thank
for
you,
knowing
dear.
you. Thank you, sweetheart. So talk to us about this symptom. What's going on?
Well, lately I've been kind of just tired off and on randomly, and also I noticed that I overheat at night, and it's not necessarily super warm. So.
Okay.
So breathe, first of all. I want, really breathe. And Sri, I'm going to bring that over to
Well,
you.
there's a couple things happening here.
Yeah.
So the first thing is you've said yes to a path of self-ascension.
Oh, yeah.
And you're still integrating the depth of what that means. It's kind of one of those things where you go into the cosmic workshop and say, now, what did I say yes to?
Right?
Because someone's messing with the thermostat.
Just remember, here's Kira's law, right? We are always kept, the universe will always keep us on a need-to-know basis. Always. Always.
And so sometimes these sensations we have more than one level of information in them. So the heat thing can truly be a burning away of that which is dross, that which is no longer needed. It also is a response of your biological system to the frequencies that are playing through your body that it wasn't there for the first X number of years, but now it's here, and we're having trouble calibrating the body to these energies. So the number one thing I want to say to you is trust. Drink your water, do your spiritual practices, because spiritual practices soften the ego's need to control. That's their main function, is to connect you to a deeper truth, while simultaneously bringing into your life a spaciousness, which means the ego isn't reacting as much. Because some of what you're describing is ego reactivity, even though you've made your decision to ascend, the ego's still going, I don't know.
Well, I want to jump in. May I jump in?
Yeah.
And Joy, I want you to just breathe in and feel the gift of that. And as that's coming in, two things are being shown to me. Number one is, please do the Avesa Dream Practice. You can get that free on our homepage. Go grab it. Do it. And if you have done it before, pull it out, dust it off the shelf, do it again. There is, what I'm noticing, you have this incredible group around you right now, and your sleep space, your nervous system is overheating because it's today's show. I love that you are our first caller. You're trying to weave everything together, and it's like you're overheating, and it's going to start affecting your sleep. It's actually going to start affecting some other things. So try the Avesa Dream Connectivity Practice, and as Shri was mentioning, command that energy. The second thing I want you to hear is this, is that you are at such a great moment of clarity. It's like they keep taking your eyelids, like my eyes hurt connecting with you. They keep taking your eyelids and they're like opening them straight up, and they're going, just look at what's right in front of you. They're saying you are so like let go and have an amazing time. And I guess that's how they want me to share it. And so I'm seeing you kind of dancing off. So go have a great time.
Trust the flow here.
Yeah, you're amazing, Joy. Thank you for being. We're so glad you're here. We love you, honey. Namaste.
Many blessings.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Namaste. Well, how are your eyes, Shri?
My eyes are feeling like they're a little.
How are your eyes, everybody? Right? You feel that? And I'm actually enjoying, and our caller was Joy, that we are having this conversation, because look, everyone, we're at a moment where, with every breath, and I'm really even finding myself having to catch my breath to even call this in, right?
Yeah.
So with every breath, and especially with every conscious breath, you are making a difference. The moment of conscious awareness before us now is so vast and so extraordinary that in order to weave this matrix, because we are evolving through an entirely new way, because we haven't made it this far before, I want you to just celebrate that. And I do want to put a little kind of fun tip in here. For those of you that have ever read our book, 2012 Atlantean Revelations, Shri and I really giggled reading the Mars report today that used the exact time we did and described the planet exactly as we did when we published that book in 2010. And so we found that very fun. I just wanted to share that with you also.
Yeah, we sort of chuckled that there,
because it means we have expanded, right?
That Earth science is saying we found evidence that there was
we found evidence of everything you guys already talked about in 2010 and put in a hardcover book. And that was the one book we put in hardcover because we knew it was going to have to last, because we made it to this time.
Yeah.
Remember, when we put it out in 2010, for a lot of people, it was just a story. In 2021, it's prophecy. And that's not our intention. However, everything is showing up exactly as your divine consciousness is saying yes to. We are at the moment where it's all coming together. But in order not for that to be confusing, in order for that to be illuminating, the grid of illumination has ignited, and it's getting stronger every Monday we come together, and with all our heart and soul. If you have not joined us in Monday Magic, sincerely, you're missing the boat. Get there. Even if you can't be there live, register and get the video, get the PDF. What's happening I'm sorry, miraculous. Am I
Yeah.
too strong with that word?
No, you're not. And this ties into everything that we've been intending for you to receive today.
Yep.
We are at a time of crystalline activation, unlike what you've seen before.
In all ways.
We are at a time of manifestation, meaning conscious manifestation.
Law of instantaneous manifestation.
Unlike what most people have seen before. The I Am book that was put out in the mid-1930s, Godfrey Ray King, bringing through the beloved Saint Germain. The truth of this book, while it touched many lives over that period of time from the 30s, the potency of now, of consciousness greeting this book now and unlocking some of the seemingly simple sentences in there, when we unlock them and you kind of go, oh yeah,
It's
I
time
get
for the
it, I
ascension.
can do this, and this is my truth.
Right.
That I am a powerful creator, and
Yeah.
only abundance, good, joy, and beauty flow through me and my creations. And when we stand in the knowingness of that,
Oh,
the truth
yeah.
of that is like, let's dance, let's
Well, you
go.
know,
This
Sri,
is good.
Okay, I gotta do it. All right, forgive me, guys, but I've got to do it. And those of you that are with Monday Magic already know this. So, without giving you the whole story why, this is the book that we are unlocking. It's volume 3, the I Am Discourses. This is the miracle book that manifested for Sri and I. This is actually another
Copy.
original older copy.
Yeah.
And it is also signed by Godfrey Ray King himself. This one was gifted to us by community member Sherry. Thank you, Cherry. Thank you. But I'm hearing right now and I want to make this clear, and I'm hearing to do it on this format. So the first thing is that in the unlocking of these discourses, it is the Saint Germain itself that wishes to be the one that is identified, that is assisting the form that is carrying Master Lady Kira Ra to be able to assist with the wisdom teacher Sri Ram Ka to call forward the passages in the coded order. So what happens every Monday night is, after a very profound attunement ceremony with all of us live, we literally go through the book and pull those out. Then one of our community volunteers types it all up, sends it, and I have the honor of going back through that material and through punctuation shifts and what has been revealed in the videos. You then receive not only the video of when this happened live and everything that comes forward at that moment. It's basically Sri and I are ensouling for 2 hours, but then you're receiving the PDF and being able to bring that in. Not only that, you attend for a donation. And that donation can be as little as $1 per session. And that $1 or $12 or $12,000, for those of you that have been so generous, thank you. We couldn't have built the clinic without you. That 100% of that money is feeding families, is offering free medical care and medicines, is sustaining Clinica Linda. And so we need your help with that, and invite you to join Monday Magic if for no other reason than to help that outreach. We're trying to extend that outreach to help start sustaining and working with the waterbearers.org as well, because we see the synergy.
When we care for each other,
Exactly.
with the same love we offer to ourselves, we
Uh-huh.
create beauty in our shared environment.
Mm-hmm.
When we turn a blind eye,
Right.
we're allowing the discord of another's pain to influence mass consciousness in a way that creates a pain-based reality.
So,
and
whew.
we all know where that goes.
Right? And so I do want to share with you that you're going to want to join me this Tuesday night for Soul Mirrors, because it is the one, the only, the amazing Jane Britton, who is right there with the waterbearers.org,
Yeah.
who is on the show Tuesday night. Blow your mind, amazing show, but also showing you what's happening, watching that. And tomorrow is Monday Magic again. And as I'm going to share this with you, and I'm actually going to have Sri read these 2 paragraphs that are on page 139 within Discourse 12, were the Saint Germain itself said these two paragraphs are like the invocation that go before everything. There is no need for any other extra invocation because these are the ones they said that if it was the only thing that you got out of the whole book, it's all in these two paragraphs. Yeah. However, what is most important is to remember that the Saint Germain wishes for all to know that it is without gender, and that there is the Saint Germain that does not have the E, and then there is the Saint Germain that has the E. And for all those that would question that, I invite thee to lift higher and see why that matters. It is not that it is mutually exclusive, nor am I mutually exclusive as male or female. So it is this energy of the Saint Germain itself. And so I invite you to bring your hands to your heart. Shree's going to be reading exactly from the book. If you're part of Monday Magic, get the PDF and read it as we decoded it. This is good enough to start with.
Absolutely.
So let's breathe that in, because then we're going to go back to the phone lines and see how you're feeling on those phones, how you're feeling out there.
Let's take a breath together.
Yeah.
When we breathe, we come into present time. When we breathe consciously. Big breath in. Ever down through the centuries have the majority of mankind given their attention to the outer appearances, thereby inviting all kinds of discord and distress. But today, there are thousands who are coming to understand the God presence within them as absolutely invincible, to the extent that they are steadily being raised above the injustice, discord, and inharmony of the outer creation. Until mankind, or individuals, hold their attention on the I Am Presence, God within, long enough and with sufficient determination, they will find themselves surrounded by the undesirable. But through this I Am Presence, each one has the power to raise himself above the discord and disturbance of the outer creation.
Make sure you smile.
Know the truth.
Yeah. You know, I just have to say, it always brings such and please get into Monday Magic, get the PDF of how we unlock that. However, the one little nugget that I will share with you is steadfast commitment, focused awareness, complete trust, which does what? It holds open that Taurus field. Shree, one more time, I want you to put up that 2021 spiral, because this is why this is so important. This passage is saying, look, to sustain this energy field, which will sustain consciousness to keep expanding, we can create another way to do this. We don't have to constantly implode to explode again. We can sustain this Taurus field, but that Taurus is going to take steadfast commitment, focused awareness, and complete trust. Not just talking about it or trying to say, what was that Kira says all the time? What Shree says all the time? Living it. Right. And what Shree and I can attest to, and everyone who's been here and everyone we know, thousands of you that have been doing the self-ascension way for so many years, this stuff really works. But you got to stay focused. You got to stay outside the bullshit, guys, because there's a lot of bullshit.
And the outer world is famous for its seductive distractions.
Partners in pain.
And there is a discernment that comes as you anchor your presence. You begin to have the discernment that the outer world is a playground. It is not feedback on who you are, nor is it part of your identity. It is merely an interactive playground. And as we bring ourselves into full recognition of the truth of I Am, of the truth of your ascended self, then what happens is everything starts to synchronize.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Don't we love that? So we're going to go over to Oneness Talk Radio. And we have so many people. I want to see who else is holding Shree. There's more people we're not seeing. There we go. All righty. Oh my goodness gracious. There's so many people here. Well, you have all these hands up. So where are we going, Shree? It looks like we're going to British Columbia. All right, let's go to British Columbia. Hey, British Columbia, namaste, welcome.
Hello.
you hear me?
Yes, we
We
hear you.
can. Turn down your radio a little bit.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
There we are.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
And oh, I'm sorry, this probably is on. Anyway, I feel like I've had some things happen in the last couple weeks, and I feel like I'm on a seesaw or something, or like you were explaining that accordion expansion and contraction and kind of thing. And anyway, though I feel good, so I guess that's good. But anyway, I was wondering if I can get a mini soul reading.
Well, of course you can. And, forgive me, but I'm so glad you feel good. I think that's wonderful. And, and isn't that the best place to begin? And as I have,
yeah.
right? Exactly. And so as I'm connecting with you, what's so funny is that there's like this little, the only word I can give is elven creature. It's really adorable. And it's like, it sits to your right-hand side. And it's not that it's mischievous. It just loves to help you remember that you have an amazing smile, and that there's like this little like playful, minxy kind of trickster energy in you that is ready to have more fun. And they're saying that as you call that piece of you back into greater magic presence, everything else, it's like you take your hand, and it's like one of those movies where you wave your hand and it goes from black and white to color. And so they're saying it's time for you to color your world again. And so it is.
Oh, well, that was amazing reading.
Thank you. You're an amazing
Much love,
being.
dear. Much
We
love
love
to
you,
you.
honey. Thank you so much. Oh my God. I keep hearing all these songs. I'm hearing Color My World. I was hearing I Feel Good. I have all these songs going on. It's very much about the harmony that we're calling in right now.
Well, and we're at one of those times where you might take a notice of what tunes are in your head or what songs are
Yes.
playing that catch your attention.
And when they do, right?
Yeah.
And when they do, what's happening when a song does catch your attention? That is really a very powerful awareness process.
I want to share one more thing.
Please.
Let's bring this picture up on screen. Now,
Oh.
as we were walking today,
This was up by the other photos we showed you on this trail that we keep kind of secret.
what caught my attention was the wonder of these tiny flowers.
Are they gorgeous?
This is an extreme close-up. And this was right on the side of the trail. And our world, your world.
And that's a stone, by the way, they're coming out of. That's coming out of stone.
There's so much beauty.
Yeah.
So much creation
So
bubbling
gorgeous.
all around us in every moment.
And that was literally, we were really just in the awe. And that
Yeah.
was literally like looking and going, oh my gosh, is that what we think it is? Take the extreme close up. And so what's the extreme close up this week for you? What is coming forward in your life? What have you sown? And now how are you taking care of it? Knowing that what you are taking care of, what you are sowing, what you are birthing is going to manifest beyond your wildest dreams if you can hold steadfast awareness,
Commitment,
focused awareness,
Okay.
steadfast commitment, and complete trust. I know you know this.
Yes.
And that is the week ahead of us in so many beautiful ways as we head toward a full moon of creation and balance and love. Because when it comes to your self-ascension, it means your first chakra has the peace of knowing the universe has got your back.
Yes.
Your second chakra relaxes into the love that is the continual creation through inspiration. And your third chakra enjoys the joy of knowing that you, the master, are running the show.
Absolutely. No matter where you go, there you are.
Oh, yeah. And I hope we see you tomorrow at Monday Magic and Tuesday night Soul Mirrors. Oh, my God.
So, beloved ones, until we have the joy of being with you live next time, breathe deeply, bring a smile to your face, and trust that all is truly well. Namaste.
Thank you for joining us at Shri and Kira Live. To have your questions answered, send us an email to guest@shriandkiraradio.com and check out more information at shriandkira.com. See you next week. Namaste.